Try. If you try.
What's up, people? What's up? What's up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's good, people? What's up? It is me, and I am here trying to pour me some juice, some white cranberry peach, and I'm spilling it all over myself. You finally got a notification, Tabitha. Tabitha, I'm so glad you're here. Child, we finna get down to some get downs and talk, lose our minds, have a few sugar spikes, and then let y'all talk in the comment section about it. Y'all know how we do over here. Annie, I'm so glad y'all are here. Hey Tabitha, hey Nappy Child, China White, Jason, what's good, bro? Jason keeps me in tune with my heterosexual male side, so I don't go too rainbow bright over here. Jason keeps me in tune. So, what's up, everyone? What is up? It is a Friday, and I told those people down there to my good job, listen, y'all ain't gonna see me. I'm taking a long weekend. Screw y'all. Screw you guys. I'm going home. So, yeah, let me get my laptop here. And so, what's going on? Hey, Abby. Hey, my love. Hey, sis. Hey, Shaka. Um, yeah. Make sure that you have maintained your sugar levels, that those are in tune and so forth. So, got a couple things today. Hey, Danny, what is going on? I'm not. I thought about going into some of the minutia of the infrastructure bill, the spending bill that the Dems are blathering about. Well, we keep things over here kind of black. We keep things over here. Hey Boogie L. We keep things black. Hey Tracy. We keep things LGBTQIA, and stuff like that. Which is why I be needing Jason over here, um, to keep me grounded and not go too rainbow bright. All right, well, you going on to those good minutes, those good meetings, Danny. I got meetings all this afternoon, so trust me, I know all about freaking meetings. Anyway, um, I'll talk to Abby and just a couple updates on the channel. I'll talk to Abby and really be. We might do a David Makes Man panel because we usually do one after every 2 episodes, so we might do a panel this evening. I'll talk with them and see if they're free. We might also do a teacher project 2.0. I'll talk with really be about that. Of course, tomorrow is silly Saturday, and we will be silly. All right. So this has been quite a week now, hasn't it? For straight black men across the fruited plains, hasn't it? What new digs? What new tagline? I'm so confused. Wait, did I miss out? What new digs? Oh, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, y'all tell me. This has been the week of people putting their foot in their mouths, people saying all types of stupidness and nonsense, people doing the wrong thing at every turn, and yeah. So let me start off with the obvious: black men losing their minds this week, losing their minds. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on debacle or the baby. Not gonna spend a lot of time on that young man. Only because um that young man does not deserve a lot of my time, efforts, and energy. Um so I'm just not going to. However, however, um I would use the word straight loosely if we're talking about. Well, I don't talk about that young man at all. I'm not gonna even go down the road of mentioning that young man, because when you are one who has your who likes to have your 12-year-old son or nephew or whatever raped by a grown ass skank grown woman prostitute, I don't have a whole lot of time, and I can't take you seriously. I can't take you very seriously. However, I do want to talk about another young man, and I really don't want to talk about him. Hey, peace, love. Hey, y'all, as y'all come in the room, um, I really want to talk about the comments that I found quite ironic. You know what I'm saying? Quite oxymoronic that Ti made, because now those of us down here to the LGBTQIA plus Rainbow Coalition compounds down here, according to your boy Ti, are now bullies. We'll take that moniker. Let me speaking for myself. I'm gonna speak for myself. I ain't gonna speak for the entire, Rainbow Coalition. But in my presidential suite down here, because I don't just got a room, baby. I got a whole presidential suite down here. Okay, please. Sure. In my presidential suite down here to the Rainbow Coalition compound, I would like to say that we wear the moniker bully. If you want to make us a bully, I am so glad that to feel that place for you. One Mr. Clifford Harris, because we have been bullied all our lives. I mean, hello. I feel like remember that commercial back in the 80s where the guy walked in the room and found his white man found his son rolling up the weed or smoking the weed or whatever. And the dad said, "Where did you learn this from?" He said, "I learned it from watching you." Remember that commercial? That's how we feel. Y'all want to call us bullies now? How did we become bullies? We learned it from watching you, because we've been bullied by the rap community since its inception. We've been bullied by our own family members and people in the black community from time immemorial. We Oh yeah, Ti says that we are bullies now and we are bullying him. Oh yes, Tabitha, you missed that. Let me read for y'all what that young man uh had to say. Where's my link Did I miss that? Oh, here it is. Let me read y'all what he says. So Ti, this was yesterday. He says, I'm not gonna read his whole thing. But he says everyone up in arms and upset about what the baby said. I understand people saying that they feel that it's insensitive. I think you guys have to understand that on stage, that's not the place that rappers go to be sensitive or soothe everybody's feelings. It's a place to go to have a good time. So, what you're saying is your explanation of having a good time is at the behest of other people. So your idea of having a good time is bullying and putting down other people and making other people feel less than, because that's your good time. And according to you, speaking for the entirety of the rap community, that's what you all like to do, to have a good time. I'm gonna read this part again for y'all. So y'all excuse me if I keep touching my ear. I did, how every week or so your mama used to have or grandma used to have you take the not alcohol, peroxide and pour it in your ear so you get all the earwax, then you go like that and then it all comes out, and that way you don't have to shove a Q-tip way up your ear and damage your eardrums. So I did that this morning, and now the stupid little peroxide won't come out. So I'll be doing this all day because I can't hear out of this ear, so I'm gonna have to go take care of that afterwards. Anyway, but I didn't want to be late. I was late because that's why I was late, because I was trying to get it to come out of my ear, and now it won't come out. And so now I want to kind of be like that, but I can't. So I'm here. Anyway, so let me read what y'all boy Clifford Harris said again. This is the first part of the statement until we get to the bullying, okay? Hey, really, B, what's good, my love? Good morning, Big Sis. You need to call me when I get off here to see if we're gonna do a Teacher Project 2.0, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm off. He says, everyone up in arms and upset about what the baby said. I understand people saying that they feel that it's insensitive. I think you guys have to understand that on stage, that's not the place that rappers go to be sensitive and soothe everybody's feelings. It's a place to go to have a good time. Now, while I understand the first part of that, I understand, I'm not saying I'm in agreement, but I understand what he's saying in the first part of that. That's not necessarily where rappers go to be sensitive and all of this, that, and the third. However, when you add the whole part at the end saying that's where we go to have a good time, and now what you're saying is your good time is at the detriment of whole other groups of people, you can't be surprised and or be mad when those other groups of people decide they're not going to be sensitive either and have a good time with your stinking ass. Because just like you want to have a good time, we going to have a good time with your ass too. And we mean all puns when we say good times with your ass. We mean all puns. All puns are intended there. Down here to the Rainbow Coalition compound. So that is what your boy Clifford Harris had to say first. Then he goes on to say, if that is he says that live concerts are like a safe place, and that's where they go, and that everything they do is done all in fun. If that is the case, why do words cause such a visceral reaction that will lead to someone trying to attack, villainize, demonize, crucify, condemn, and like? It's the shit. It's that shit. It's that shit is like, now you bullying. I don't understand. Wait a minute. I'm trying. Hey, Ashton, what's up? I'm trying to parcel together the misplaced modifiers and dangling participles that he has here. English teacher in me is trying to, you know, put this into English, but this motherfucker doesn't have command of language. So Ti says, let me read the quote. I'm trying to read the quote and hopefully you understand it. If that is the case, why do words cause such a visceral reaction that will lead to someone trying to attack, villainize, demonize, crucify, condemn, and like? It's that shit is like now you bullying. Hey DC Kool-Aid. Um Then he goes on to say, we all stood up on behalf of gays and lesbians and people in the gay community because we thought it was some bullshit for y'all to be bullied. But I don't think any of us did that to feel like you would now have to have the authority to come and bully us. Thank you, Jason. Shondo's in the building to everybody, Jordan. Let me say that again. So let me read this again because this is hilarious. Hilarious. He, Larry, us. We all stood up on behalf of gays and lesbians and people in the gay community because we thought it was some bullshit for y'all to have to be bullied. But I don't think any of us did that to feel like you would now have the authority to come and bully us. So let me get this straight. Um, because we defend ourselves and say we're not going to sit back and let you people denigrate us and castigate us, and we're not going to allow you to just spew out anything to us and sit there and just take it on the chin like we're just supposed to be okay with it because we don't want to do that. Now we're the bullies. Fine, we will be the bullies, and we will do everything we can. If that means that we can take money out your children's, that means we have to take money out your children's mouth. We will take money out of your pocket and food out of your kids' mouths if that means that you learn the error of your ways, and if that means that you don't sit up here and make insidious statements anymore. So I don't want to miss me with all of that. Yep, we taking money out your pocket. Yep, we gonna use every bully platform we can to make you stop. Because if we don't do that, then where does it end? It becomes a slippery slope, and we get back down to the days where we were closeted again and had to be, silent and not seen and not heard. You can go somewhere and choke on a dick, a few dicks for me, Clifford. You can choke on a few dicks, choke on a few of them. So, in lock and step with that, the baby, who then yesterday morning, I think it was, maybe Wednesday night, I don't remember what it was. But let me see what y'all saying. Tabitha says, I mean, Michael Jackson, Prince, Beyonce, Whitney, and all other icons entertain based on talent. Hello, talent. They haven't had to demean or disrespect it to entertain. Hello, Clifford doesn't speak for for this heterosexual. Touring and gigs is where musicians make the money. These people that lost it, they have freedom of speech exists, but there are consequences. Hello. So the young man debacle, the baby, the idiot, the bigot, we'll call him the bigot. Then and decided in the release of his new video, because yesterday or some day before, whenever he then, well, no, I think it was Tuesday, he doubled down. Tuesday or Wednesday, he laid in bed and he doubled down on his statements on stage. Then he tried to issue an apology saying that, well, if you have HIV, I can understand why I offended you and I didn't mean to offend people, whatever. So to capitalize on the fact that he's in the news and to further try to make money, he decided to release a video. And in his release of said video, he decides that he wants to write this. Let me read this. Because basically, he's not only doubling down now, he's tripling down. And he's giving a big fuck you to all of you people who have a problem with what he said. Let me read this gem. Okay? Here's what he decided to say. You ever wrote a video? You and three others produce it. You direct it while starring and rapping in it. Film the video for 16 hours. Straight wrap up at 4 a.m., take a shower and jump on a jet to Rolling Loud, and with only 2 hours of rest, give one of the best performances of the entire festival, yet the most controversial and emotional provoking performance as well. Due to things deemed insensitive said during your performance, even though you're an entertainer, try to apologize and explain that you meant no harm and that you are only entertaining as you are paid to do and have no problem with anyone's sexual preference that is outside of yours, only to have it. I haven't gotten to the period. I haven't gotten to the first period yet. That's why I keep going. I ain't got to now period. Now. That's why I didn't stop yet. Just say it. Where did I leave off? Try to apologize and explain that you meant no harm and that you are only entertaining as you are paid to do and have no problem with anyone's sexual preference that is outside of yours, only to have a substantial amount of people refuse to understand your logic. Tag along with a trending topic and play with your character and do everything they can to take money out of your pockets and food out of your kids' mouths and have everyone around you panicking only for you to apologize anyway. Stand on the fact that you were entertaining and truly didn't mean to offend anybody or start no commotion, although they're currently offending you, and coincidentally, the video you were shooting till 4 a.m. the day of Rolling Loud touches on every controversial topic trending in the headlines. So you then go against the grain in the opposite direction of every scared person around you and stay true to yourself and drop that bitch in the height of the commotion and show the world once again that you can't be fucked with. Question mark. So all of that was one run-on sentence in the form of a question. And then he says, I have, with the hand raised emoji, I just did God's work. So now you're doing God's work. I, what do y'all want me to do with that? What he then goes on to say, hashtag real nigga rock star. My soul ain't for sale. It's only one of me. I, what do y'all want me to do with that? I'm gonna just let y'all handle that in the chat because I don't know what y'all want me to do with that. What do y'all want me to do with that? And the first member of the Rainbow Coalition I see him on stage with, I'm gonna drag them for everything that they're worth. The first member of the Rainbow Coalition that I see on stage with that young man, I'm gonna drag them. Hey MVN, what's good, my love? This is what y'all got going on. I told you I wasn't going to spend a lot of time on that, but I just wanted to bring that to your attention because we know that that's wrong. However, that helps us transition into our next story. Y'all gonna want to hear this. This is real fuck shit. Y'all gonna want to hear this. Now, Not to be outdone in straight men losing their fucking minds and doing asinine ass shit this week, your boy, your boy, who some of y'all might see it for, Michael Che, of comedian of Saturday Night Live. I don't know if you want to call it fame, but he's a comedian on Saturday Night Live. Decided that he was going to give up his black card and further show us why he's doing his latest imitation of Step and Fetch. He's going to Sambo his way into the hearts of white America. God decided that he would chime in on what's going on down there to Tokyo with our beloved sister, Simone Biles. So Michael Che decided that he went on his Instagram. Now he's deleted all of these posts now. And he decided that he was going to, quote, make fun of Simone Biles, end quote. And he said that he was going to go to some comedy place down there to New York City called the New York City's Comedy Cellar and say them into a microphone. And he then proceeded to post on his Instagram horrible posts that people had made about Simone Biles and thought it was funny and comical to post them on his Instagram, and said that he was going to say these things in the microphone down there to the New York City's Comedy Cellar. I'm just going to read a couple of these because you will see how awful where this is going. Here's the first one. It says, Larry Nassar understands Simone Biles better than anyone. He too had to quit doing what he loved at the pinnacle of his career because of mounting pleasure. It's hack. Goddamn. And then Michael Che replied to that tweet, or to that joke, goddamn, that's rough, absolutely tasteless. 9 out of 10. As if he's getting pleasure in these absolutely tasteless tweets. Now, if you're not familiar with who Dr. Larry Nassar is, Dr. Larry Nassar is the doctor that worked with the US gymnasts and was convicted of sexually abusing and assaulting these girls while he was supposed to be working on them and doing unsightly and just utterly horrific things to these women. That's the first. That's where he started. This is where Michael Chase started. Okay, that's where he started. That's where he started. That's where he started. And Michael Chase thought it was a good idea to cart out a joke about a subhuman individual. Larry Nassar is a subhuman individual. He is someone who is just, there are no words to describe. And you thought, Michael Che, that this was a good idea. But let's continue on. The next what he decided to post came from a woman nonetheless. And it says, and the woman said in her joke, okay, so I am shivering while I type this, but you are encouraging me because you know it's about to be a white woman that says some shit that she knows she shouldn't be saying. And she says, who said black don't crack? That was her joke. Michael Che responded, now that's a good joke. Economical, referential, balanced, 8 out of 10. So now he's scoring how great or how horrible these jokes are that they're making about our sister, Simone Biles. That's Michael. This is Michael Che if you need him, who they have out here, because you know what Lauren Michaels does. Lauren Michaels has his tokens of the black community that he's going to, put out there to the white community to quote represent all of the black people around America. Because he gave them he was so gracious enough to give them a platform. Fuck out of here. I'm not gonna read no more because y'all see where this is going, right? So Michael Che, because of course, black Twitter and black people around the Fruited Plains began to go in and let have, okay? Just go the fuck in. Here's wait a minute, it gets better. So this ass clown, Michael Che, you know what his explanation was? He was hacked. Oh yeah, he's encouraging this. He deleted them all, and then he came back and said he was hacked. Let me tell y'all what he wrote. He wrote, man, I got hacked today. Can't believe they got me. Y'all know I only do jokes about whites and cops. So y'all good now? I changed my password and everything. Anyway, y'all hear about the baby though? That's crazy. All right, see y'all at church. I'm gonna get there early. End quote. I'm gonna let that sink in for a little bit. But according to the baby, I'm sorry, according to the bigot, he's an entertainer. And when you're an entertainer, there's nothing off limits. You could just go and say any the fuck thing you want to say and just do whatever. It's all for entertainment. Because here he is, even in trying to backpedal and pussy pop off of it, he wants to try to make a joke and insert the baby in there as if that's going to get us off his ass, as if we can't chew gum and walk at the same time. Nah, we could windmill on the baby while simultaneously windmilling on you. We take out all your hoes. We have all of it. Hey, basic ass Brett. A fucking mess. This is what y'all got going on. Michael fucking Che. A fucking mess. A fucking mess. What do y'all want me to do with that? What the fuck do y'all want me to do with that? Hey, Travel Love. What y'all want me to do with that? What do y'all want me to do with that? What the hell do y'all want me to do with that? This is what y'all got going on. What do y'all want me to do? asking y'all for myself. This what y'all got going on. Now, it's a shame that we have members of our own race that have decided that it's a good idea for them to come after our sister, Simone Biles, right? Because white America, white supremacists, the people who don their mantle of white privilege and breastplate of white supremacy, we're going to have a lot to say about Simone Biles, right? Now, I'm a play y'all. I follow on my Instagram. I follow a Instagram channel called Now This, and they usually post some good stuff. And I want to show y'all what they posted about what some awful, horrible ass white man had to say about our sister. Because I want y'all to see, we knew as black people that when Simone Biles decided for her own health, because let's be clear, mental health is just as important and sometimes even more important than your physical health, okay? But we knew that when our dear sister um, Simone Biles pulled out for her own health, that white America was going to lose their fucking minds, because white America only deems us black people worthy enough to compete with for them or do their bidding or fight in their wars or do their bidding. We're only good enough to fight in their wars, to use our bodies to help them, make them feel better about this horrible ass country. And we'll get to it after we listen to this god awful shit that white people have to say about. And I'm you know how they give you the little warning at the beginning. Let me warn you, this will cause your sugar levels to spike. So if you need to take a sugar spike break and get your sugar levels together, you might want to do that real fast, okay? Go ahead.
She's also very selfish. She's immature, and she is a shame to the country. She's totally a sociopath. I have to go look at these 4'11" Russian Olympians chewing on their gold medals, smirking at the Americans. I'm not okay with that. But honestly, that's where we're headed. We are raising a generation of weak people like Simone Biles. She's probably the greatest gymnast of all time. She's also very selfish. She's immature, and she is a shame to the country. She's totally a sociopath. Of course she's a sociopath. Andrew says she's not a sociopath. What kind of person skips the gold medal match? Who does that? It's a shame to the nation. You just gave a gift to the Russians.
Well, the Blue Checks, of course, have already rallied to Simone Biles' defense and said, oh, it's so brave.
Why is this brave? Why is this brave? What's brave about not being brave? Because that's what we're talking about here. This is, oh, you didn't stand up to the bully, so to speak? That's so brave of you. No, I think that's the not brave move.
Just felt like it would be a little bit better to take a back seat, work on my mindfulness, and I knew that the girls would do an absolutely great job, and I didn't want to risk the team a medal for kind of my screw ups because they've worked way too hard for that. You usually don't hear me say things like that because I'll usually persevere and push through things, but not to cost the team a medal.
Simone Biles is human, and every single athlete, no matter how successful they are, every single athlete has good days and bad days, and every athlete has performances that they look back, they wish they did better. Absolutely devastated for Simone. I feel so bad for her. I feel sick to my stomach. I just am praying that she's okay. I'm praying that she gets the support and the love that she needs. I know how much all of the girls have worked so hard for this moment, and I think that they did an incredible job. It's not easy to perform in an Olympic team final under such immense pressure, and I'm so proud of them for winning the silver medal.
If you're not ready for the big time, we got thousands of young female gymnasts that would love to take the place. Thousands. Simone Biles just showed the rest of the nation that when things get tough, you shatter into a million pieces.
I just
She's also selfish.
So that's what we got going on. I told y'all that it will cause sugar levels to spike. Let's take a moment and adjust our sugar levels. Let's take a moment to get our sugar levels in order. Let's take a moment to get our sugar levels in order.
Hold on, Fred. Okay, you on speakerphone. What you want to tell them?
I see a lot of you guys are very concerned about my health. And I'm going to have diabetes.
And what else they be saying?
I'm going to die one day. Everybody's going to die of something. Oh, right. The reason why I like sugar is because apparently I'm fat.
Fred, you're not fat.
I am fat, though.
No, you're not. What else you going to put in there?
I'll mix it with a little water for y'all. People.
That's it?
Just a little bit, cause.
So is that your dinner? Right there?
Yes, this is dinner tonight.
What is it?
I'm on a diet, so I can have one hot dog.
What about the pickle?
You know, pickles are good for you, so.
And your fries?
I got my French fries plain. I got my lemonade, strawberry.
With sugar.
I could just put a little sugar in, you know. But thank y'all for being concerned about me.
Hold on, Fred.
Because we need to get our sugar levels in order. I just need us to take a moment to get our sugar levels in order, because our sugar levels are spiking. Our sugar levels are fucking spiking right now. Okay. So, all right, now that we even got ourselves back together. So, now y'all want to come at, we got white ass men who aren't good at anything. They don't have a good take. They're not intellectually sound. They're not athletically gifted. They serve no purpose at all. And for all of this blathering about how she needs to do something for the country, what the fuck are you doing for the country? All of you all blathering about. What the fuck have you ever done to promote these yet to be United States of America and make it great? I'll wait. Because the same black woman who you all have a problem with, last time I checked, secured gold medals for these yet to be United States at the previous Olympics. She wasn't even supposed to be in this Olympics. Let's be clear. The shelf life of gymnasts is about one good Olympics. One. And Simone Biles on half a leg would be better than everybody on the globe. On half a leg is better than it, because you heard one of them talk about there are so many other women that don't wait. No, they're not. There's no other Simone Biles. Let's be clear. And y'all can cart out your little Karens and your little Beckys out in y'all little white neighborhoods. They're not Simone Biles. They never will be a Simone Biles. These Russians that y'all care about are not Simone Biles. They will never be Simone Biles. Hey, Regina. And so you blathering about how she's hurting the country. She's so weak. How about we talk about the fact that the things she did at the last Olympics, no American has ever done, and nobody in the world still has not done. Nobody else in the world. Okay? Can we talk about the fact that none of y'all little white children, your little white daughters out there can do anything that our dear sister can do? Can we talk about that? Can we talk about the fact that Simone Biles can take her two thighs and crush your skull like a fucking grape, probably? And I'd love to see her doing it. Because last time I checked, all y'all with a microphone to y'all mouth ain't did a goddamn thing at all. Ain't did a goddamn thing to make America great in the eyes of the world. Y'all ain't did. A sociopath reaching much, because that's where we're going, right? That's where we're going. This woman has more world championships than any gymnast in the history of the sport. This woman has done and introduced more gymnast feats and moves than any other person in the history of the sport, male or female. And you've done nothing. But you want to tell her. How about, instead of worrying about what she got going on, you worry about why the fuck the rest of the team couldn't do what the fuck they had to do? How about that? How about that? Hey, Mr. Carruthers. How about that? How about the fact that this woman did not just, first of all, she didn't even decide not to compete at first because of her mental duress. It was first because she had to be walked out with her trainer, which means that there was something physically that she had something going on. And I'm sure that the mental duress came because she knew that dick fucks like these white ass men were going to do exactly what the fuck that they're doing. And I'm sure that's where she mentally said, I don't want to try to go down this road, because she knew if she was not physically perfect and did not go out there and, wasn't perfection for these white ass people, that they were going to do exactly the same thing that they're doing right now. And so she said, nope, for my own mental faculties and safety, I'm going to just go ahead and say, nope. Let me go ahead and take a breather. Y'all gonna talk about me anyway. So let me go ahead and bow on out, because I ain't got this type of time or energy. I need to get my mind in order. And see, what white people fail to realize, let me help you understand. Some white people descended from the Caucasus Mountains. You people descended from the Caucasus Mountains need to understand this. When we as black people say, motherfucker, give me a mental day, motherfucker, you need to let my mind clear. What that is code language for is, bitch, I'm about to fuck you up, and your best bet is to leave me the fuck alone. Or my best bet, so I don't end up under the jail, is for me to say, yeah, let me take a mental day because I'm about to fuck you up. Because contrary to popular belief, we are not our ancestors. And we're not just going to sit idly by and let y'all do and say anything to us. We will fuck you up. So you might want to let us have as many mental days as we can, because we have any number of reasons. We got loaded and locked in the chamber any number of atrocities and things and horrible things that you've said and horrible things that you've done and horrible, awful things that we have a reason to be upset about. And we have a fucking reason to lose our fucking minds about. And we don't do that. The fact that we go to work every day and don't go to hell in on everybody is a sheer act of prayer for my grandmothers and great-great-grandmothers and the good Lord himself. So I think one of my favorite people of all time, Mr. Baldwin, said, living as a black person means living in a constant state of rage. Constant, perpetual state of rage. Not anger, rage. Y'all better give us a fucking mental day and give us a fucking mental moment. If we tell you, bitch, I need to go sit the fuck down because I need a mental day, you might want to give us our mental day. You just might want to give us our mental day. Fuck out of here. Hey, Zap Allen. Y'all know I be over here having whole sugar spikes. I apologize. Once again, let's take another moment to regulate. You know, first of all, before I regulate my sugar, let me call on Jesus for a moment. Let me, since he wants to talk about, since we had somebody earlier talking about Jesus and God, and our God. Let me call on Jesus. Let me get the mothers of the church to solicit the good Lord.
Holy Ghost will tell you, don't wait at the church. You can win it. Call my mama. Jesus. I wish somebody help me.
Because we needed somebody to call on. Jesus, good Lord. But that is, so you got Michael Che. See, this is why white people feel like they have cover for this. Okay, you got Michael Che, a black man, allowing and giving a platform for these people to denigrate this black woman. Because we knew that their white asses was going to do it with reckless abandon, regardless. There was never any doubt that they were going to. This is what y'all got going on. This is what y'all got going on. Now, I got to transition before we spike out. But this next story might cause y'all to lose your minds. These next two stories. Because I got to keep y'all informed of what's going on in these. I'm never going to let it slip by and say, no, I'm not going to let y'all not see it. I got to let y'all see what's going on. I sent this story to Tabitha. And Tabitha, did you put this story on your did you talk about this on your channel yet? I don't know if Tabitha talked about it on her channel. But I sent this to Tabitha the other day. And I haven't been on. I haven't had a chance to put this on. Put this. I haven't been on for politics of it all, so I haven't had a chance to. So okay, Tabitha, I see. So in the greater Atlanta area, oh yes, Atlanta. The great city of Atlanta, where there's a whole lot of black people and there's a whole lot of black police officers. This, because bad policing isn't just, encapsulated by white people. No, bad cops can be black too. Trust me, we know this. If you grew up in the hood where they would send a lot of the black cops when we were growing up, you know that bad cops can be black. And I'm going to caution you that when you see this, if you get angered really quickly, you might want to take a moment. Okay? Just so letting you know. Let me set this up for you, okay? You have a black woman in the greater Atlanta area. You have a black woman in the greater Atlanta area who has been detained. Okay? She's been handcuffed. They have this woman laying on the ground, black woman. She has been detained. She's handcuffed. And we have these two officers, one of whom is a sergeant, the black male. There's a there's a male officer and a female officer. The male officer is black. And the woman is laying down on her stomach on the ground, prostrate, hands behind her, handcuffed. So she's already detained. Hold on, let me get this prepared. I almost don't want to show you this. However, that's what they want. They want us to get so bothered by stuff that we don't want to see it, and then it can go unspoken of and unnoticed. Y'all see I'm taking my time with this. I ain't just carted it out there. That's why I said, please brace yourself. Because this is what we got going on. This is what they're doing to not just black, because it's not. I just want you to know, bad policing doesn't just happen to black men, but it happens to black women. It happens to black children. It happens to black people all across these yet to be United States of America. All right. So, yeah. Here we go. So I'll stop it there because that's all we need to see. Yeah. That's a black police sergeant that decided that this black woman, hey Julia, who's already detained, who you already have laid down on the ground, y'all decided that it was a good idea for this police sergeant and kick her in the face. In the face. You just nearly Willie just decided it was a good idea. I don't give a shit what she was doing. I don't care how horrible she was. I don't care what crime she had committed. I don't care what she was uttering out of her mouth. I don't care anything about anything that she had done. The woman is detained. And your job as police officer is not to be judge, jury, and executioner. See, that's the problem with policing. They get besides themselves and forget their only job is to detain the person and take them to the police station. Your job is not to enact your own, justice and go vigilante and go rogue. And that's the problem. Your job, if somebody's committing a crime, your job, and you truly believe that they have committed a crime, your job is to detain them, make sure they're not causing harm to themselves and anybody else, and safely get them to the police station where the judicial system and the criminal justice system can start to do what it needs to do. Unfortunately, this is not the first, last, or any time this stuff happened. And I agree, Regina. Thank God that we have cell phones and things where these things are being captured now. And what they want us to do is they don't want us to watch. They want us to be like, oh no, it's so horrible to watch, because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. And I can't go in and let have on the police force if I never saw it. But no, I saw this. Oh, it's been captured. Oh, we saw it. Now, an update on the story. The sergeant in question, the guy who's the sergeant, he's been put on unpaid suspension. Just as a little bit about the story, the unidentified woman was laying on her stomach in handcuffs after a domestic incident at a apartment complex in the city's Peoplestown neighborhood. A second lower ranked officer was standing nearby. She was also placed on administrative leave Monday, the day authorities became aware of the incident. And the Atlanta police said, quote, upon reviewing the video, the actions of the sergeant appear to be unacceptable, and we are also concerned with the apparent lack of reaction from another officer present during the incident. Now, and let me say this about that, because that's going to lead, right, and yet we have no policing reform bills being passed by Congress, no anti-lynching, but no voter, we have nothing by the Dems, nothing. Who we put in power, nothing. Oh, I have another story about that policing. It is not as egregious, but it's still bad. Which leads me to our next story. I want to put these two stories together because I feel like there's a point that I'm trying to make with putting these two stories together. There's a real point that I'm trying to make with that. Let me cue this next video up for y'all. Now, you may have seen this because I've seen it This video isn't from this year. This video has recently gone viral, but this actually happened last year. This actually happened last year. And it actually happened last year, and it's just coming to the forefront this year. It happened in Las Vegas, Nevada. And let me set it up for you. There is a Black woman who is at the park, the public park. And if my computer will do what it needs to do. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me set this up. Hold on. My computer, well, I'm using another computer today instead of the one that always decides that it don't want to act right. Matter of fact, I don't want to play this. It's a YouTube video. Now, let me say this. I want you to listen. You can I'm going to keep it in the small screen. You can make out what is happening, but I don't want to put it on the big YouTube because I know YouTube is going to try to do their thing. Y'all know YouTube is already demonetized this video. I will not get a dime for this video because I'm talking about all things Black and all things, race and politics, and YouTube is not here for none of that. Okay, none of it. So we already ain't getting not a dime off of this, and that's okay. I don't want to get a copyright strike though. Don't want to do that. So, but I'm gonna keep it on this other website that embedded the video in their website, and you can kind of make out what's going on there. Okay, so that's the only reason I'm keeping it small and keeping it on this other website. All right, let me share screen because there's a reason that I'm showing both of these together, because I want to get to a larger point. There is a larger point that I want to make. So this woman is at the park minding her own business, okay? Minding her own business. Come on. Come on, computer. You got it. You got it. You just hold up a little while longer. Hold up a little while longer. All right, here we go.
How are you? I don't know if anybody told you, right? But this senior center is getting ready to open up next week with kids in it. All right. So if there are kids present in the park and you don't have kids, you can't be around. You can't be loitering in the presence of children. You understand that? What am I doing wrong, sir? I'm studying. Okay. Am I being harassed right now? What is the problem? I'm doing homework. Is this a regular park? Because there's a slide and everything here. This is a regular park. Okay, I'm talking about next week. Not right now. Talking about next week. I'll go to school too. I'm a college student. Okay. I won't even be here next week. I just want to study. Okay. Ma'am, do I know you, ma'am? I don't know. Do you? No, I don't. So I'm telling you what's going on.
Come on, computer. You had me scared for a little bit, Jason. Talk about you can see my porn tab.
All right, ma'am, this is what's going on. So this way you can film what I'm saying to you. All right, next week. Okay, hold on. No, you're not being harassed. Next week, there are going to be children present in this park. I cannot have you, if you are a homeless individual or not, I cannot. Okay, and if you're not homeless, then don't worry about it. But the fact is, even if you are not homeless, you cannot be present in the park if you do not have children, if you have no business. It's a law. Do you understand that? So I'm not harassing you. I'm letting you know that. So this way, next week, when those children are present, because if you had children, you would not want what? You're not harassing me, but you're getting closer and closer to me. Okay, I'm not getting closer and closer. I moved so this way you can get me in frame. Because you want to film me, I'm allowing you to get. And and I'm explaining it, but you continue to interrupt me as I am explaining it.
I won't be at the park next week, so.
Okay, and then that's fine. But I'm letting you know.
Told everybody you're not singled out. We told everybody that's in the park.
But still, what? So hold on. So would I have known that? Would I have known that if I had not spoken?
You still continue to explain.
Okay, so this way you know for next week.
I just go to Sunset Park. Follow me there. Okay, great. Thank you.
It's not crazy. If you were a parent and you had children getting ready to go there.
It's not even that serious.
Okay, but so then why are you working on being difficult? Which is what you're working on.
I know how the cops are.
No, you don't know how the cops are because obviously you and I am. Did I? No one is harassing you for studying, and no one is even harassing you. You can continue to study, you can continue to film, but I'm telling you what's going on for next week. But evidently you decide. I came over to talk to you regular, and then you decided that you were going to change the conduct of our conduct. No, you were being rude, ma'am. Ma'am, you were being rude initially. Well, because you are the rude one, ma'am.
Do you have any questions regarding our shop today? Have a good day.
You too. And I'm glad you now are less ignorant than you were before, because now you know the law. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Because no, I'm not. And you can continue to play this game. No, that's an ignorant statement right there. That is totally ignorant because that has not even been the contact we have. But no, you continue to talk to me. So I'm a free human being also, ma'am, and you continue to harass me. You are. You are right now. Look at. I'm walking away, and you're continuing to run your mouth. You are continuing to run your mouth. 5115, Mascoli, 5115. You have a good day.
All right. That is the gist of it. Now, before I get to this cop, we have Karens and we have Toms. Before I get to Tom, I want to talk about from both videos the other officers involved. Because whenever we start to see these, they were both police. When we start to see these people, these officers that are doing things, they're never doing this in a bubble. They're never by themselves. It's always other officers there that may not necessarily be committing the assault, crime, murder, or whatever they're doing, the harassment. But they just sit there and allow it to happen. They don't check the other person. They don't pull the other person to the side. They could even step in and say, hey, officer so-and-so, let me talk to you for a quick second. Even if they say, I don't want to, usurp the authority of my fellow colleague, or I don't want to, cut his legs from underneath him in terms of his authority or whatever. They just sit there and let the shit go on. They don't say anything. They don't pull up to the side. They don't try to, de-escalate it or anything. They don't even say, oh, no, you got it wrong. How about, cool it. They don't try to let cool. And so I think we're getting to the point where those other officers that sit there and just allow this shit to go on and don't say anything and just sit idly by while these things are happening should be subject to the exact same thing as the person who committed it, because you basically are an accessory because you are helping the situation as another officer. When you are with that officer, trust me, you are aiding and abetting and assisting and are an accessory to whatever that officer is doing. You're helping commit the crime. So that's the reason I wanted to put these two together. Going back to the officer in question. Now, after doing some research, we found out there was never anything. This is a public park. There was never any ordinance, any law, any edict, anything from the city that was shutting that park down. Because he was saying, oh, there are going to be old people here next week and something about children. Well, that don't go together. Is it because you're going to have senior citizens there, or is it going to be because there are children there? And a public park doesn't get shut down because children are there. Just because children, oh, well, if you were a parent, you wouldn't want your child. What the fuck? Wait, what? It's not a private park. Now, if you got a private park that you done built on your own, and you say, I only want my kids there, go in and let have. But this is a public park, sir. So first it was, there's a senior citizen event and we don't want you here next week, not this week. First of all, if I'm studying, and that's why it was like, that's why the lady was like, well, do you know me? I don't blame her, because if you randomly see me studying at the park, why would you mention something to me for next week? You don't, this might have been my first time going here. Next week, I might not ever be here. But obviously you must know me or something to know that I come here all the time in order to tell me that next week, not today, next week, if, even though we know that's a lie, that I'm not supposed to be at said park. And if the park was shut down, like he said, there would be signs. When they shut down the park, they're going to put signs around the park. So when I roll up on the park that day, there's going to be a sign. This park is shut down to the public for today, for whatever reason. And I don't know. But you literally did go over there to harass this black lady, who, mind you, was a college student, who, mind you, was minding her own goddamn business. Wasn't bothering. There's not a single person around her. She wasn't bothering anybody. Now, you want to talk about harassment. And then he does what white people do, which is try to flip the script when they're doing wrong. Then they try to flip it on the black person and try to make it like the black person is wrong when the black person wasn't wrong at all. They were minding their own business. And you brought your white ass over here to bother me. Like, what? But this is America. This is how we are treated in these yet to be United States. The woman was at a public fucking park, minding her own business, sitting there studying for college, just studying, wasn't bothering nobody, doing the American dream, getting a college education so that she could better herself and make something for her in these yet to be United States of America. And yet and still, she has to be harassed. Because let's be clear, y'all rolled up on this lady like she was out here beheading children or something. Like, y'all rolled up on her like she was committing a crime. Like, what the? So now parks we can't go to public parks now either. She wasn't even at the park, which is allowed at the park, playing loud music. Because if you're at the park, last time I checked, you could play music at the park. She wasn't doing any of that. She wasn't bothering nobody. What the? A mess. This is what we got going on. This is what we got going on in these yet to be United States. I just want y'all to see and be aware of what we have to deal with over in these yet. And then he goes on and starts calling the lady ignorant and all kinds of other stupidness. I mean, you just flying off that. Now she's harassing you. No. You rolled up on her for no reason. for no reason. I don't think having a badge gives you a reason to just roll up on people and harass people for no reason. But it leads yet to be United States of America. Apparently it does. Apparently. I ain't got a snack the first over here. My sugar levels. So I got two more stories and we getting out of here, okay? The last story we're gonna go good. The last story will be worth it. It'll be good. It's not gonna be all bad. What we're doing, the last story will be good. The last story will make us have some fun. The last story, hopefully. But I just wanted to play those two videos together because we need to hold the other officers involved more accountable when they sit idly by and allow these things to take place and don't say anything and don't do anything. You are just as culpable as the person who did it. You have now become an accessory. I'm going to skip the story about the governor of my home state of Florida parading across the fruited plains on his presidential tour because he's planning a 2024 run for the White House. And now he's going all around the country while the state of Florida is recording thousands upon thousands of cases of COVID a day. Blathering about how the state of Florida will not, let me get this quote right, because I just want y'all real quick to hear. He said, quote, "It is very important that we say unequivocally no to lockdowns, no to school closures, no to restrictions, and no to mandates." He said that while he was off in the great state of Utah, Salt Lake City to be exact, at some Republican PAC meeting or something. I'm sorry, he was the keynote speaker at the Conservative American Legislative Exchange Council. A mess. A mess. Mind you, what was that number I saw? I saw an alarming number about COVID. Let me read this number for y'all. Okay. Almost 7,000. It was actually 6,999 children under the age of 12 contracted COVID-19 in Florida last week alone. You know how many the state of Florida had last week alone for the whole state? 73,199 new cases of COVID in the state of Florida alone that last week, which means every day there was over, if I average it out, that means over 10,000 new cases a day last week in the state of Florida. I just want y'all to hear that for me. If I'm not mistaken, I saw a number that said the other day it was up to 16,000 new cases in one day. In one freaking, yes, Wednesday, this past Wednesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday. Tuesday, Florida had 16,000 new cases of COVID-19 in one day. But you're not shutting that down. Mind you, and mind you, We're having events all around the country. Quintessential sent me pictures in the group chat with the mods group chat with Lollapalooza that they had in her area, where it looked like the Lollapalooza of old in the 90s, where there were thousands of people bunched in together. You had the Rolling Loud tour that we discussed earlier, where there were thousands upon thousands of people over there to Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens in the great state of Florida. Y'all are having these COVID cons all over, but yet your governor is refusing. He's doubling down and tripling down and refusing to shut anything down. And he controls whether or not schools shut down. He controls that. A school board across Florida does not have the ability to shut down the school, because if the superintendent says I'm shutting it down, the governor and the state Florida Department of Education can say, I know the fuck you not, and force them to open. So now, and remember, the Delta variant is affecting children. Children are dying from the Delta variant, whereas the original ones that we were dealing with last year, that wasn't the case. This is affecting children, which is why they're so quickly trying to come up with get the vaccines to be okayed and, you know, green light lit for children under the age of 15. Tabitha got family down in Florida. I got family in Florida. Many of us do. It's not just Florida. California is spiking. All of the southern states are spiking. You got Republicans losing their mind across the country, backpedaling and pussy popping now off of it. And now all of a sudden they want to start to blame people that are not getting vaccinated. Meanwhile, you were telling and encouraging people not to get vaccinated. Hey, Miss D, it's a fucking mess. You got 16,000, and that's just the cases that are reported. What Governor Ron DeSantis has already found out was instructing the Florida Department of Health to, you know, not put out all of the numbers that should be put out. We already found that out. He had already told the Florida Department of Health, don't put out all those numbers. I don't need those numbers looking at how. So there's a very real chance and possibility that the numbers could be way worse. Way worse. And what we got going on, we got Joe Biden and his administration just going about business as usual. No shutdown. Raggedy ass. And listen, let's be clear. Let's be clear. We learned from Donald Trump and his administration that the CDC could be bullied around and the CDC could be forced to say and do things at the bidding of a sitting president. We saw that with Donald Trump. And I said on this platform some months ago, when the CDC put out statements saying that, oh, it's okay, we're going to say that you only need 3 feet in schools. And so we said that on the Teacher Project 2.0. You only need 3 feet instead of 6 feet. When they started saying, oh, it's okay to go out without masks and stuff like that, when the CDC put that out, you think that didn't come from the administration? You think the administration, the Biden administration, wasn't trying to show, oh, we're getting people vaccinated, so we got to get people out there so they could spend their money and boost the economy, because we're all about money and capitalism and boosting the economy and all of this, that, and the third. Damn people's lives. Damn the fact that there was numbers and research out there that was showing that this was going to come back. They told us over and over that it was not done yet. They told us that it was too early. But the CDC went ahead and did the bidding of the administration. And now we got a fucking shit show. We have fucking people dying again. And Joe Biden and your administration, you will be just as guilty and just as culpable of the lives of these people. The blood will be on your hands, just like it was for the last administration. You should be screaming from the rooftops every time you get on cameras. Governors, shut the shit down. But you're not. You just let it go on. Because you're weak. You're weak. You allow Christian Cinema and Joe Manchin to do all of their fuck shit and fuckery. So why do I expect you to have a backbone and tell the Republican governor? You can't even get your own party in line. So why do I expect you to be able to tell Republican governors what to do in their states? Fucking mess. I had plans to go to they still have, I'm gonna just say this and I'm gonna be done with it, okay? He may not be telling us to drink bleach, Zap Allen, but still sitting idly by and not being a leader and being vocal about telling people that this thing is not over and telling people to shut it down and telling people you need to stay your ass inside again and stay masked up and not always see. You need to be putting money into PSAs and commercials and everything you need to do to try and tell people to mask up. But I don't see that from this administration. You need to be calling out every Republican governor and telling them you need to tell. You won't tell your state to mask up. I'm telling your state to mask up. I'll be shutting down the entire television screen. You know how the presidents can have a whole presidential speech that they can shut down network television and speak to the entirety of the American public. I'll be having a whole speech. Hey, that speech will go like so: put on a fucking mask or die. That's all I got for you. And I get the fuck off. Stay your ass in the house, put on a fucking mask, or die. And that's it. And that's the long and short of it. I just want to put this out there for the parents out there, because my concern is that parents, it's decision-making time. Schools are getting ready to go back. And a lot of states have adopted virtual school platforms where you can say, nope, not sending my child. Right, Travel Love, you got the Lambda variant right behind the Delta variant. So coming from South America. You need to think about what you need to do for your children and your children's safety. Because I just told you, the vaccine, I think, they haven't approved it for under 12. I think, and somebody will probably correct me, I think the vaccines now have been approved for 12 to 18. They've been approved. I think most of them, it was 16 and above you could already get, but I think they approved it from 12 and older for the vaccine now. But I don't think that they've approved it for under 12. And I just wanted to read this for you. In my own great state of Florida, the positive rate for those under 12, and like I said, that's the segment of the population that can't get vaccinated, was 15.4%, higher than the 15.1% average for all ages. Meaning, there is the average of people catching COVID-19, being positive for COVID-19, is 15.1 for the whole population. The percentage of 12 and under that are catching COVID is 15.4, which is higher than the national average. So children are dying. Children are going to intensive care. Hospitals are now, pediatric wards are getting filled. Children's hospitals are getting filled with children 12 and under, because it's not going away. And Ron DeSantis just said, as he's not the only one, go across the South, and these other governors are doing the same thing, saying we're not closing schools, we're not shutting it down, we're not. And so now school board officials are trying to figure out what they're going to do, because they're here about the protection and safety of your children. But the governor is saying, no, you will go to school in person, whether or not you like it. You have the United States Secretary of Education, Secretary Cardona, who said, oh, we're going back to schools. We want everybody back in school. And this is what I'm talking about from this administration. You're putting the lives of, I thought we were concerned about the safety and the care of children, but we learned that we're not, because we have incidents like a Sandy Hook that can take place and shootings across the fruited plains at schools, and white people don't care because they want their guns and they want to be able to shoot people, so they don't care that innocent children can die. We've learned over the history of this country that they do not care about the lives and safety of children. Ron DeSantis is going as far as to say he doesn't even want mask mandates at schools. I'm just saying. Now, 2022 is an election year for Florida governor. And there's going to be, you know, a lot going on with that. But I know that here's what's going to happen. I know that school boards and superintendents around the country, not just the state of Florida, but around the country, are going to do and put procedures in place to try to protect the lives and safety of those children. The problem is going to come when you have governors that come behind them and make enact laws and edicts and, you know, things, because they know that they have the entirety of that state's legislature behind them that are going to enact laws and edicts and, you know, things that say that no, you have to open up. No, you have to have in-person school. No, you can't require a mandate on masks. It's a problem. I can speak to the state of Florida. Florida has virtual, even before COVID, Florida had Florida virtual school that was already completely online that you did, and that's not home, and it was different from homeschool. There's a homeschooling, which is different. There was a Florida virtual school, which meant that it was public school. It was just all completely online. And this is before COVID. And then they have, you know, traditional schools. And a lot of states do have their own virtual school component. You might want to look into that. Because if you're talking about traditional schools, a governor and a state Department of Education can mandate a child, if your child is not enrolled in homeschooling or in virtual school, they have to be a traditional school. And if they aren't there, then they can become truant, and a parent can, you know, have legal ramifications for a truant child that isn't going to school. So me and Really B may need to do a live about this, because so we can go into more detail about this, because these are alarming statistics and numbers. And you have small children now, children 12 and under, that there's no vaccine for them, that are catching the disease. They're catching COVID, and they're ending up in ICUs. Some of them are dying. They're in hospitals. And when you're at the development stage and you're still growing, having, I mean, it's a proven fact scientifically that having to deal with debilitating diseases can cause issues with that development. And you don't want that. I just want to put that out there. So if you got your own kids, you got relatives, you got family members, and all of this stuff, you need to, you know, start to consider, because we're still in July, very end of July, but we're still got a day or two left in July. Well, you need to start making some decisions, because it's about time to start going back to school. It's time to start going back to school. And if y'all think I'm making this up, just start to do your own Google searches about the statistics and the numbers for children 12 and under that are catching COVID, the Delta variant. It is real. They're ending up in ICUs. These places are filling. Thank you so much, Quintessential, for your snack fund. She contributed $5 to the snack fund. Thank you, my love, for contributing to the Cash App and contributing to the snack fund. I appreciate that. Because I am going to go get me some snacks after this. I have not eaten yet. I need to go get me something to eat after this. So yeah. Here's my last story, and I said that I wasn't going to even going down the COVID train, but I would have been negligent as somebody that's supposed to be informing you of what's going on. I would be negligent if I did not give you this information, because a lot of you all have children, you have nieces, nephews, cousins, grandchildren, family members, neighbors, friends of the family, your best friend, daughter, son, or whatever, adopted children, godchildren, and so forth. And these things, you need to start to make some real decisions about the safety of your children. Okay? You need to start to think about this. And y'all know I've been preaching from the rooftop about this. This last story, y'all gonna get a kick out of this. So the other day, on Tuesday, 3 Republicans, let me see what y'all said. And we also have to look at parents who do not believe in the child shots, and now the child is the one. Hello, scared is an understatement for the young child. Yeah, we have to start to think about children, because you as the adult and as the parent are responsible for the safety and well-being of your child, and it's going to be on your hands. Pittsburgh voted to send them back. However, there aren't enough bus drivers. The bus driver shortage is real, because bus drivers don't want to put themselves in. It was already a shortage of bus drivers before COVID even came. And so now with all of this, they don't want to put themselves in harm's way. All viruses mutate. Mutate science does not have a cure for COVID-19. What they do have is a vaccine that can help fight the virus, enough to possibly keep you from hospitalization or immortality. Booster shots. Yeah, man, we gotta stay vigilant with this COVID stuff. I'm so irritated by the CDC stated in 2020 that children cannot catch COVID-19, and they didn't need masks. Nobody is immune from COVID-19. Period. I hate how politicized they have made COVID. They have politicized it. They have. And I told you, we've learned from last administration that the CDC will put statements out at the bidding of the president and his administration. A fucking mess. And you would think that science wouldn't be denigrated to that, but science is now doing the bidding of politics. Science research is supposed to stand alone, but no, we don't have that now. Now the freaking CDC is going at the will and bidding of politics. But whatever. Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia, Matt Gaetz of Florida, and Louis Gohmert of Texas tried to have a rally on Tuesday. I think I saw Tabitha, I think you talked about this. This was so funny to me. And they tried to have a rally down to the United States Department of Justice on Tuesday, because I think that was the first day or second day of the January 6th terrorist attack commission meeting. And so they were trying to have this press conference outside of the Department of Justice and in support. Now, here's why they were having this. They were trying to speak and support the people that were being detained by the United States Department of Justice, and they were going out there because they said that they wanted the world to know how unfair it was to punish the terrorists, and they felt that it was nothing wrong with what they did, and it was unfair and undue justice. Listen, I'm not going to spend long on this, but I just need y'all to see this video of the man. First, the video of the man who was blowing the whistle. Oh, my. Speaking of whistleblowers, listen. This man in this whistle gave life abundant. I want y'all to see this. And then there's the other video of the lady asking Matt Gaetz Is he a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? I just want us to end on a good, hilarious note. Because this shit is some of the funniest shit I've seen in a while. This is some hilarious ass shit. Listen, let me give my computer a chance to, catch up with itself, But if you have not seen this, okay, if you have not seen this, I'm going to gift you with this today so that you can laugh and have a good time at the behest of these people, okay? So, and I got this from one of my favorite sites to go to, The Root, because The Root always is here for the shits. The Root is here for the shits all the time. They are always here for it, okay? So here's the first one. And it's just so funny to me, okay? This first one.
Why are you blowing in people's ears, dude? Are you trying to assault people? They should move away. Are you trying to assault people with auditory weapons? Why are you assaulting? They're my problem. Congressman Gomer is my problem. Congressman Why are you blowing in people's ears, dude? Are you trying to assault people? They should move away. Are you trying to assault people with auditory weapons? Why are you assaulting? They're my problem.
I want him to have one of those lifeguard whistles that's just like eardrum bleeping.
They should move away. Are you trying to assault people with auditory weapons?
Okay, here's the next one.
Why are you blowing in people's ears? They should move away. Are you trying to assault people with auditory weapons? You're hurting me. They're my friend. Okay. No, they're not. They're not touching me. You have on video, sir. Why are you blowing in people's ears? They should move away. Are you trying to assault people? They should move away. You don't care.
So hilarious. Oh, let me stop that. All right. So here's another one. This shit is hilarious. Here's another one. Hold on.
Somebody take them away.
The media, you saw what happened here. The left shut us down. Yeah. They hate free speech. They hate free speech.
Here's Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile?
Oh, pedophile.
Are you a pedophile? Congressman, are you a pedophile?
Are you sure? Somebody take them away.
That was that day.
The left.
He was a pedophile. Are you a pedophile? I just wanted to show y'all that to give y'all so that we left in a good place. To show y'all that they were shut down.
Somebody take them away.
The media, you saw what happened here. The left shut us down. Yeah. They hate free speech. They hate free speech.
Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile?
I just had to show y'all. That is our boy. What's going on? Sims Overdose. That's my boo right there. Sims Overdose. Hey, Premium Choice. Listen, that thing took me out. Do y'all hear me? That thing took me out. Do you hear me? Took me out. I laughed so hard watching that mess. I laughed so hard. So anyway, that thing took me out. Are you a pedophile? Are you a pedophile? Oh man. Anyway, y'all. So we about to get up off here. Put some shondos in the chat. Y'all stay vigilant, okay? Stay vigilant with regard to COVID and everything. Stay on your elected officials and so forth. Where's SNL to make these child? You know SNL gonna be on it. Hopefully without the likes of a Michael Che, because we need to cancel Michael Che, and we need to get Michael Che off of SNL. That needs to be Black Twitter. Do what you do. Oh, you friends with me on IG? Cool. Hit me up on IG. I'm always here. We need to. People have a problem with the cancel culture, but we need to cancel people who do the wrong thing. So if that means Michael Che has to lose his job, then he needs to lose his job, because the shit that he pulled is uncalled for and is horrible. Hey, Nicole Stevens, just horrible. So if that means that that we gonna have one less black person on SNL, then oh well. But what we're not gonna have is a black person on SNL that's out here doing the likes of what he did to Simone Biles this week. That's what we're not gonna have. We're not gonna be okay with that. We're never gonna be okay with that. Anyway, y'all, I done been on here almost 2 hours. I thought I was only gonna be on here for like 45 minutes, and I done been on here almost 2 hours. I got up this morning, knew I was gonna do it. The politics of it all, said I ain't got nothing to talk about. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. Shondo's around the building, Shondo's in the chat. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. Y'all can make a donation to the snack fund if you want. My Cash App is there. It's not required, but if you want to donate to the snack fund, Cash App is here. Thank you all for coming over. Thank you to the content for the content that you all send me in my DMs and stuff like that. Thank you for all of my fellow YouTubers that were in the building. You know who you are. I think that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, y'all know tomorrow's Saturday. We will be silly Saturday tomorrow. That's all I got for y'all. Until tomorrow, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out. Let's get out of here. Y'all go have a great day. Have a